Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Now I want to start this off with 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, the thing about the ignorant is the same to go as Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And so, let's go into this word pharmakia, because, individuals looking at a lot of scriptures, but this scripture in Revelation 18:23 has been on my mind, because this is one of the ways that the rich men and great men of the world deceive all nations or all tribes of Israel. That's another thing. People assume all nations mean all the nations with the Edomites too. I mean with the heathens, but it can mean all tribes also. Now let's go into that verse of Revelations 18 verse 23. Now this is talking about Babylon the Great. This is in the midst of the fall of Babylon the Great. So let's keep it in that context. And so when you go to verse 23 of chapter 18, it says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. And it say, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Now, talking about the all nations, we do, Babylon the Great, America is a melting pot where you got a multitude of nations here. But mainly, you have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel here, the black, Spanish, and Native American. So, when you go into the word sorceries, in the Greek, it has pharmakia. And pharmakia goes into something more than this spookism. Just we gonna keep it at spookism, and that's as far as it goes. No, it goes farther than this spookism. This mystical, spiritual thing that they create in the world to try to blur the line. The main part of pharmakia is why we have pharmacies in all the grocery stores. We got pharmacies on all the corners in every city of Babylon. You got the CVS. You see, you got the Walgreens. And most of the Walmarts, you got a pharmacy part of it. In the Winn-Dixie's pharmacy. Publix pharmacy. You see? So, this word goes back into the administering of drugs. And not only the administering of drugs in a way that is toxic to the body. Because that's what poison pretty much is. It's toxic to your body and to you. And so when you look at, this is the way that the great men of the earth deceive people by using their drugs. That's not good drugs. Now let's go. I'm trying to think what verse that was, because it's medicine and drugs are two different things, because they like to try to use these words to confuse you and deceive you. Oh, they're taking medicine. No, you taking drugs. Medicine is something that's good for your body. That's why I think in Ecclesiasticus it says that the earth or the Lord gives medicines out of the earth. So that's where medicine comes from, out of the earth, and it's good for your body. Good for your body. But see, drugs, that's something toxic. That's not something that belongs in your body, and it's definitely not good for your body. And it's dealing with the spirit world. Now, mind you, not only is it dealing with the spirit world, it's another verse in chapter 16 of Revelation that goes into this, and it's 16, Revelation 16:17, saying the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, "It is done." So the climax of these seven angels pouring out the wrath of God on the earth is something being put in the air. What is being put in the air? What is that message gonna make most people think about when they read it? Something is toxic in the air. Something is poisonous in the air, harmful in the air, because this is the wrath of God. So when you look at how you have these people trying to figure out what they're gonna do with this so-called pestilence or disease, and you look at how the great men of the earth use pharmakia to deceive people, the ministering of drugs. Then you go the same situation in chapter 13 of Revelation. It says in verse 14 of Revelation 13:14, it says, "And deceived them that dwelled on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." So now you're looking at the two-horned beast, which is also a miracle, just like Babylon the Great, and they deceive people by their miracles. And so that's 14 now. So what was these miracles? And it said in two verses after that, it will cause people to be killed if they didn't go along with these things. And so when you get to verse 16, it say, "And he shall cause all," this in chapter 13 of Revelation, "and he shall cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in the forehead." 17, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the name of his name." So they deceived all those that dwelled upon the earth by means of those miracles. And so this two-horned beast, or Babylon the Great, is deceiving people through miracles and pharmakia, administering drugs poison. What comes to your mind when you put all those pieces together? Not only that, in verse 16 of chapter 16 of Revelation, it say, in verse 2, it say, and the first went out his vial, poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. So now the people that got the mark, this so-called mark, that was delivered. That's another point. When you go back to Revelation 13:16, it says, when the Greek in the word receive can also mean delivered. That Greek word D-E-O.M, when it says D-E-O-M a mark, delivered a mark. See, they delivered or administered drugs. Now, what kind of drug is you administering? What kind of poison is you administering? You see, because in verse 6, in chapter 16, not verse 16, but we're talking about verse 16 too. In chapter 16, the second verse, it say whoever took this or received the mark that they were delivering came down with a grievous sore. Now, is it the poison in this drug that they so-called is getting? Is that what this is going to, cause this grievous sore? Because this grievous sore is not saying that they're going to die. It's just saying they got a grievous sore from taking this thing. It fell upon them. And so it can be the fact that they find out that they took it, and that's the way they realize what they took after they took it, or it's really going to be a grievous sore from this poison that they done put into their body. And that the beast, the two-horned beast in Babylon the Great, America and Britain and these European nations done administered to them. Those are the pieces of the puzzle. Precept upon precept, line upon line. See, these people talking about precept, but see, the thing about it is precept means thought. It means thoughts. So you putting these thoughts together and you coming up with a conclusion. It's a thought in chapter 13. It's a thought in chapter 16. It's a thought in chapter 18. It's a thought in chapter 19. That's the precepts. You put the thoughts together and you come up with the big picture. You can't go off one thought, one precept. You see, I can't go off one thought, but when you put all these thoughts together, then you come up with a conclusion. And so that's the situation. And in 14, it gives you another conclusion. It says in verse 9 of chapter Revelation 14, verse 9, it's saying, the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive or delivered who receive what these peoples are delivering to them in the forehead or in their hand, it says in verse 10, the same shall drink of the wrath of God, which is poured out without measure into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So it's a punishment for this situation. But those are the thoughts that is put together when it comes to this beast and this mark and these drugs that's being administered in America and these other countries. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. The kingdom is at hand. Shalom.